This is him in Afghanistan. Chris was a man of honor. When I think about Chris in times like this, I think of everything he stood for and how much he loved this country. This is, I think, the last picture we ever took together. We never thought anything would happen to him. And seeing the number plastered everywhere, 2,400 were killed, 2,400 were killed. It just blows my mind that my husband was one of 2,400 that was killed in Afghanistan. That's the funeral. And when I got that knock, I knew that this life is no longer about me. This life was about telling people about men and women that are willing to fight, bleed, and die for them, and that love them so much and love America so much that they're willing to give everything. You know, people are watching Families of the Fallen. People are afraid to approach us. As people do care about us deeply, people haven't really stopped to ask what actually happens after the knock at the door. What is the process? So just working to make sure it stays on the mind of our people in power, because my generation is at home being mom and dad to their kids. And so they don't have time to make sure that people are remembering or paying attention. And so I'm pretty relentless with it because it's not about me. And if I can make one day easier for these families, I'll do anything I can do. Here's my first trip to Afghanistan. I got to meet General Austin, no, Secretary Austin. I wanted to go to Afghanistan and I wanted to learn about the country because my husband's blood is in their soil. And General Dunford brought me for the first time, former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And I was so excited to go. You know, that trip really changed my life. And so, you know, throughout the years of being involved in Afghanistan and getting to know the Afghan people, I really feel like they've given me part of my heart back. And so maybe we have to leave at a certain point. Maybe we don't. I know we already did, but we can do it better than we did. So the president said, would you send your sons or daughters, you know? And I would say, we have. I would give my husband 1,000 times over for this country, and he would give his life 1,000 times over. But what keeps me up at night and what haunts me is people don't know why he died. Why did he die in Afghanistan? And if we don't know that, then we really need to ask ourselves questions as a country on the why. If my husband walked in here right now and sat by us, what would we tell him? You know, and so as this is happening and the war is over now, everyone's asking Gold Star families this. Was it worth it? You know, how do you feel? And I'm like, how dare you ask us that? How dare you ask us, was it worth it? When that's the American people's question to answer. My husband wasn't mine. When I sent him off to war, I sent him off as America's. He was all of ours. And so I shouldn't have to ponder that question all day long without my country pondering it with me. And so I asked the American people to ask, was it worth it?